Big Boss Jock Radio Show, episode 355. On goes the protest. Now for over 2.5 years. Right around 2.5. Began March of 17, the first week of March. Today's date, June. I believe it's 18th. 2019. On goes the same protest. Being denied, withheld my full military medical benefits. Lead slug lodged in the backbone. Not allowed any medical care. Went to emergency a couple weeks ago. My birth name with my social security number. Birthplace, birth date, exact match. Full benefits, military benefits. Not allowed to use those benefits. All because Reading Police Department has me in court for stating that I'm Earl Hawkins, recognizing me as Earl Hawkins, or at the minimum, that the shadow identity Jean Paul Martineau has an attachment. An executive order directorate not to impede the actions of who is named, shadow named, because it's not my birth name, and nor am I born in Salt Lake City. I was born in Provo, Utah. Yeah, same state, not the same hospital. It's no mistake. They're withholding my identity. Been shot a multitude of times. Wasn't acting upon my own interests, rather the interests of Yankee Sam. Not allowed any health care. None, zero. Reading Police Department, they're waiting until the ailments worsen and I'm no longer here. Not allowed anything, no type of medication. Reading Medical Center, Mercy. They're not very compassionate. No, they have a name, Mercy. Their actions? They treated me as an indigent level man, denied appropriate health care. Not allowed a chest scan. Blood pressure too high. Heart rhythm. Yeah, difficulties, problems. Not attended to. They can't have that chest scan. They won't allow anything but a limited head scan. Found one aneurysm of the 4. And of course, not the larger of the 4. The one that's about to explode, just the medium size. That way if they put me in prison, they'll just say, here, take a pill. They've already assessed the situation. It's not much, just a medium aneurysm. And as I yell outside here in the public, another of the public, a nothing. Not allowed any accreditation. Complained of the gunshot wounds at the emergency room. The cops weren't called, no report taken. That's a violation of protocol, I think, of a law. Yeah, by law they're obligated to call the cops. Cops are obligated to take a report. If not, anyone who's shocked, just go into the hospital room and deal with the gun wound. Don't worry about the cops. Just tell them to go away, or they never appear anyways. If it's in my case, it would be that. They're not called, there can't be any report. Well, that would be documented. And well, then there would be a need to have some type of treatment. And this goes on. And that's the situation. 49 years old. Been trying to get out of this program for years and years. Oh, facing serious charges, years in prison. If convicted, not allowed. And from what I understand, after taking the competency test to see if I'm competent to defend myself, not only to see if I can defend myself, but to see if I'm to stand trial. And if they deem that I'm not competent to stand trial, well, they send me off. And they would like to do that, the USDIA, because then they can discredit anything I say. I have a lead slug in my backbone, lodged quite profoundly in the backbone. And, well, that's treated as nonsense. Go away. As I mentioned, I didn't receive those gunshot wounds out acting upon my own interests. Placed into a trance state, put in the situation, ordered to achieve the objective or tortured further, returned to wherever I was taken from without any conscious knowledge. Still tolerated by the public, along with the U.S. federal government. The auxiliaries as well, from the local level to the federal level. There's a multitude that are aware of what's going on. 2.5 years, people. The signs, I'll read them for you. Cops torture inserted straight pins through testicles, through my testicles, into my eyeballs, under my fingernails. If they care to know more, they can go to the Gab website and look up Big Boss Jock. There's a multitude of posts describing the situation. Another hand billboard. There are two, and that makes for 4 sides. One side's blank. Needed is form a posse. Comitatus uphold the law, establish order. Me out here is sufficient reason. Again, if they care to know more, they can go to the Gab website and look up Big Boss Jock. Learn more about the situation. The third side, cops are allowed to rape me. You might be the next. Drive carefully. And again, go ahead and look up Gab website, look up Big Boss Jock, can learn more about the situation. Listener, is that the way it is at their local police department? Police rape the citizenry, have a protest, such a sign stating, drive carefully. Rapists are out there on patrol, not held to any type of oversight. Furthermore, they're right there at the department. Oh, of authority. Bit tiresome is this situation. Attempting not to expire. Not allowed any health care. None. Treated as a subhuman. Oh, there were some decorations that went along with those gunshots. Not worth mentioning, because going to go away is the nation USA. The accreditation, well, it won't mean much anyways. Never did receive any. Shameful is the situation, the actions of the Reading Police Department. Furthermore, the USDIA. That's the ones in control. 80,000 square foot command center in the center of the Shasta Dam facility. Been in operation since the 1940s. Lack of public scrutiny. That's what made for this situation. Hideous behavior by the police department. They go unhindered in their activities. Not subjected to any type of investigation. Public doesn't find the situation troubling either. Just go on their way. Another day. Don't take too much time at the light. Don't hold them up. They get uptight. Another day doing the same. Have a court date, July 11th. They're not going to let me know. The psychologist, after an hour and 40-minute interview of jumping hoops. Me, the victim. Ordered, court ordered. Go jump through hoops, locked down in a room. U.S. copyright, described. Can't send the complaint to anywhere else. No one will accept the complaint. Registered, sexually violated, tortured. Put in a trance state, repeated theme. Forced to lock down in the same room. See, that's the way the community interacts with me. Hollers something and drives by. Throwing up her hand. Yep. They just can't get enough. Yeah. Police allowed to torture. They have no problem with their actions. Right there, reading the sign, enjoying the air conditioning. Another day. Very difficult. being treated as this, a subhuman. Though I am identifying, I understand, I'm the rape victim on the corner, humiliated such as few others. Rape it is. Place someone in a trance state, torture, rape, sexually violate, keep the psyche fractured. As long as the psyche was fractured, they get to keep the assets. And even now that I'm aware, they get to keep the assets. An inheritance. I didn't receive $1 nor an asset. No type of nothing from the inheritance. Nothing of monetary value. Well, what else would there be when there is an inheritance? Let me think. Well, there are objects, times, that have a different value. Well, I was allowed 4 guns that my grandfather left me. Oh, Yankee Sam took those away. How is it that I ran from Yankee Sam, but they watched me all day and all night? Anyone want to come and monitor the signal? 75 megahertz. Every word can be heard at 750 kilohertz AM on the band. If they'd like to see through my eyes, 50 UHF. That's right. Well, if they look at the case that gave me a felony, it would be difficult. Have a good day, police. That's right, they're waving, having a good time. Going by in their patrol car. Staying comfortable with the air conditioning on. Just out there doing the job. That's them, the police. Yep. Allowed to behave however they deem necessary. Oh, it's been going on for decades, them holding me a slave. Specifically, the Reading Police Department, an extension of the USDIA Command Center, located in the Shasta Dam facility. The Shasta County Sheriff's Department, no different. The local branch of the FBI, same thing. Furthermore, the national level, not just the Reading office. I mean, FBI are Fed agents, yes they are. Well, they're directed one after another. Same program, they aren't who they say they are. Mask wearers, farce. Peel off the face, show another, not responsible for anything. People aren't understanding. The ones that they admire so much that appear on the screen, the actors, the musicians, if they were ordered to scrub their face, a multitude of them, they have another. Off would come the mask. Plaster of Paris, a cast is formed. Paraffin with gelatin, a mask is poured. Another cast to make lumps to put under the mask, change the bone structure. The only thing that remains that can be identified are the eyes. Looks very real. Well, did they think Don was actually Don? He didn't roll along until the 80s. He was Donald. Let's see, who was he in the 70s? He's Diamond, Don Diamond. Don Drum. Drum brakes, brake shoes. In the late 60s, early 70s. Diamond, almonds. Are they diamond? Well, he took the aluminum. All belongs to the estate. Estate. See, I'm stammering. Well, the mind can't relax, and I have 4 aneurysms. Not allowed any type of medication. Quite a lot of pressure. They keep it up, have me in court. From what I understand, the psychologist let me know he only had 1 charge on me placed. Not him, the court. And I said, well, there's another one for giving false information. They're saying I'm not Earl Hawkins. He said, well, they're probably going to drop that. Just stay with the knife. Well, I have every right to have that knife as Earl Hawkins and as Shadow Gene Paul with a special attachment termed an F-18 tickler. Wasn't sought after, wasn't searched out. Oh, would they have any motive to not search out that F-18 tickler? Well, maybe the Reading Police Department did have some type of motive. A 2.5-year-long protest on their doorstep, not being addressed in the courtroom. Oh no, I'm told, halt! Not one more word. Not to discuss the issue of my birth name. Not to discuss the issue of that there's an attachment on the auxiliary name. Withheld medical benefits. People, I'm 49 years old. How far can I go? Lead bullet in the backbone. Technically, that is a slug. Been fired. No case in just that. The lead slug. Anything to do with military equipment, guns, ammunition. Well, I'll have a difficult time, so try to stay with the rhyme. They tortured me, so I don't get the words correct. That way, if I ever talk about the theme, well, I sound like I am unknowledgeable. And when I go to take the word, that means place the word into the rhyme. Uh-oh, stammered again and grabbed the incorrect term. Not too much fun being denied my identity, held as a shadow. Come on, people. Any lawyer, if they were to step up, ask the Reading Police Department, what's going on? Take a look at the court case. It's illegal, blatant. No one will step up, confront the Reading Police Department, an extension of the USDIA. No one in 2.5 years has offered assistance. I'm not aware of anyone even making any type of inquiry to the Reading Police Department. Not of my knowledge. People, I have an exact match. Social security number, birth date, birth name, birthplace. If I didn't have a case in the Shasta County Superior Court, I could have just signed my name. That's sufficient. Take my fingerprints. Instead, indigent shadow Jean Paul Martineau has a big bill with the hospital and was not allotted, was not appropriated sufficient medical care, treated as an indigent and booted out of there. Back out into the street. Whenever's convenient for the Reading Police Department, the others are right there to step in line. All they do, they're right there to continue. The persecution. It's quite difficult having the U.S. government with all that power, authority. Abuse is what they do. This hasn't been going on for just a year or two. I'm 49 years old. I was implanted at 11 months old. Very difficult. I appreciate some assistance. Have a court date, July 11th. Maybe someone will offer some assistance, be of help. I would appreciate that. I want only God. He helps me with this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks, long gratitude for our Father in heaven, Allah, our one only God. Have yourselves, listeners, a great, great afternoon. Maybe it's morning time. Either way, well, have a good day. Big Boss Jock, signing off.